team camaraderie.
I was about to write there's a problem in the locker room. Guys, what's allowed your team to shoot the basketball better over your last 7? I think you shot higher than your team average in three-point percentage, and I think 5 of the last 6 wins.
I mean, just hitting shots is our thing. We're just hitting it at the right time. You know, a lot of it comes from the defensive end. Gives us a lot of confidence on the offensive end just to play freely, just like ourselves. So we know once defense leads to offense, and right now we're just hitting shots like we used to.
People are talking about you guys as perhaps an NCAA tournament team. How much do you guys pay attention to that? Do you talk about it? Can it be a distraction, or is it more of a motivator?
Not much. We try to focus on the next game. Right? We always say that our next game is our most important game, so that's really always going to be our focus.
For each of you, where do you guys see that defense improving, and what led to better defense we've seen, I think?
Practice, just picking it up in practice, knowing that in order to win, you gotta flip some switches, and that starts from the locker room, practice, energy every day. So we try and go out here and compete every day at the highest we can. So when we get into the game, it's easy for us.
Yeah, kind of to piggyback off what he said, really just, like he said, practice and film, seeing where we went wrong on defense and then actually going out and fixing it I feel like it's definitely helping us.
When did you guys start feeling comfortable playing high-pressure situations? Obviously, you have no experience playing in big college games until now. How did you get to that point? Is there a time either of you can remember, like, oh, wow, like, I like playing in crunch time here?
I feel like it's I don't know if I can speak for Bubba on this too. I mean, like, as a basketball player, you grow up wanting to be in those situations, always dreaming about being in those situations, and when it's finally here, you got to seize the moment. And that's what our coaching staff and everybody has been talking about since the beginning of the season, especially these past couple weeks, about seizing the moment. And even though we're freshmen, we've been wanting this our whole lives. So we know when the time comes, we trust our work and just go out there and try and do our thing.
How different is each pressure situation? Because you're in different settings.
Oh, very, very different. You can go from packed gyms to different kind of players you're playing against, different teams, different situations, must-win games. Like, every situation is going to be different. It's just the fact that you're different crowds for surely. I think UVA probably had the best crowd we've seen all year, and it's just a matter of if you want that moment or not, and you got to take it.
Are you guys able to appreciate what's going on right now? Or are you just too locked in and kind of of the mentality that we'll look back when it's done?
Yeah, we'll appreciate it at the end, but right now we're focused.
Anything to add on that, Bub?
Right with them.
Do you guys still feel like freshmen? Either of you?
Sometimes. Not really, though. We don't really see age when we're on the court, honestly.
You feel like you've played enough games in the ACC now that you've...
Yeah, we don't, I mean, we know that we're freshmen, but we try not to have anything with that label that changes how we play or think the game. So
What keeps you guys calm in those situations where opposing fans are just yelling, everything's going against you from that aspect? What keeps you guys on the right track with the little experience that you've had?
Probably mostly is just trusting our work. I mean, I think that's the best thing you could do in high pressure situations. And our team, we have the utmost confidence in each other. We trust everybody. We know whoever has the ball in their hands, that we trust them to do the right thing. Even if it doesn't go the right way, we're completely fine with it because we trust each other. But each situation each situation we're fine with. We trust each other, so that builds a lot of confidence.
It's easy to ask, your teammates, do you remember a certain moment when you two started like kind of growing up and adjusting to what this role requires you to be? But do you guys have individual moments where you kind of recognize it within yourself, or even Bobby recognizing him, and vice versa, where it's like, wow, like we've really come a long way since we got here?
Yeah, I would say the game I had 0 against Syracuse, and it was just kind of like an eye opener. Like, every game's gonna be a lot different, and no one's gonna feel sorry for you. So you just gotta grow up, put in the work, and then actually go out and perform. Do what you know you can do. Like, yeah, that's what it was for me, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I have a specific. Probably after we came back from Christmas break is when I really realized that like this guy's like he doesn't have to put so much pressure on himself, or we make a great backcourt because we feed off each other so well. And I feel like that's what everybody realized. Like after the break, we realized that some stuff gotta click, and we realize what works, what doesn't work, and we just feed off each other.
Is it safe to say that Duke win kind of gave the whole team a different element of confidence that it didn't have before?
Yeah.
Or was that always there?
I mean, it was always there. We just kind of needed to push, and going into that game, Capel was after the game, he was like, this could be like the real turning point for us, and we had to seize the moment afterwards, because big win like that, you can easily go down to a low. You can go from high to low, and after that moment, we realized what we're capable of, what was instilled in us from the beginning. So after that win, it's just like we've been clicking ever since.
Just talking about the culture that Jeff's built here. He said it's pretty much come to fruition what he sold him when he was in the transfer portal last year. Do you guys feel that way? Like when Jeff was recruiting you, pitching the culture of what he wanted Pitt basketball to look like, do you feel that that's coming to fruition right now?
For sure, 100%. I mean, I feel like everything that he said, everything that he promised, it happened. I feel like he definitely, there was no drop-off. There was no dream being sold. It was what it was, is what it was, and that's how it's going to be.
You guys obviously don't want to look ahead, but are you able to recognize your path to getting into big events like the tournament? Are you able to see, like, hey, we take care of business these next 7 games, like, we might head into DC with not a lot of stress on our shoulders?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I feel like that's a basketball player's job, always in the back of their head, like, as basketball players we know. But at the same time, you kind of got to block that out. You got to block it out, but we really just trying to focus on each game, because the way our league is, each game is going to be a tough one, and anything can happen. In the ACC, which I think is one of the best leagues in the country that doesn't give enough talk, but being in this league, you gotta just focus on the next game.
In an age where a lot of guys are, me. This team is, you guys don't seem to care who scores. Nobody cares who's the high scorer. I know Coach preaches that, but how do you guys maintain that on the floor?
I would say mainly just like camaraderie, like just being with each other all the time. Like I feel like no one really, it was never. I'm gonna put it like this: in the beginning of the season, Coach never gave anyone a specific role. Like you're gonna score all the points for us. It was like we're gonna move the ball, we're gonna create good shots, and that's how we're gonna win. If someone's hitting tonight, then they're hitting tonight. If someone's not, then they're not. It was never a one-man thing. It was always the ball has to have energy, and the guys that's gonna take the shot step up and make the shots. That's all it was, and I think that's how that contributes a lot to our success shooting the ball.
Does it surprise you that people can buy into that as well as you guys do? Because there's a lot of players who would be like, no, I'm going to get 12 and 10 every night.
It surprised me, and it doesn't. Growing up watching college basketball, it kind of surprised me, but being here, it doesn't, just because of the guys that I'm around. Like, none of these guys are bad guys. Everyone wants to see everyone win. I feel like this is one of the unique teams where, like she said earlier, no one cares who scores, honestly. Like that game, like I can say, that game where I had 0, I didn't even realize. I didn't. It was because we were just playing. So it's like, I feel like it's the group of guys that makes it so much different.
Yeah, I mean, on any given night, anybody can be top scorer, this or that. But I mean, whoever's hitting that night, we trust each other. I mean, it's not about, yo, let me go get mine. It's never about that. We want to win. It's a collective effort. We know each other's goals, and we know each other's strengths, weaknesses. So whenever it comes down to it, if anybody's hitting that night, we know where to go to.
Thank y'all.